Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Lakmini Veerasurya Suryampola. This channel is for anyone who is interested in learning the right and the best methods of baking. So let's start step by step. First of all, I want you all to know that baking is science which goes hand in hand with our senses. So today I'm going to teach you all what's baking, what's the science in baking, what are our senses, and the baking rules. So what is baking? Baking is a type of dry heat cooking that is done in an enclosed space such as an oven and not in a direct flame. Cake making, bread making, pastry making, desserts and savory dishes are the main baking areas. What is the science in baking? Science is applied to baking in many ways. It is started from identifying and selecting the needed ingredients to experimenting how the ingredients react with each other chemically. Experimenting can help us to understand how to blend and bring out amazing flavors. Furthermore, you should also have the knowledge of the harmful ingredients which would cause danger to the consumer. Each ingredient has a task to do. Flour provides structure, butter or oil lightens the mixture, dough or the batter. Sugar sweetens the mixture, dough or the batter. Eggs bind and contributes to maintain the structure as well. Milk, water, buttermilk provides moisture. Raising agents helps the mixture, dough, batter to respire anaerobically so the product will get a soft, puffy texture and also holes in it. Let us not forget that baking is also an art. The taste, aroma and colors must complement each other to bring out the best to tickle our senses. What are our senses? We cannot cook or bake by leaving our senses aside. They go hand in hand with our cooking and baking. We have 5 senses, which are our eyes, nose, ears, tongue and skin. Our vision helps us to see the colors and match them in a more appropriate manner. Our smell guides us to the correct, perfect aroma needed. Our taste is needed to get the right ratio of balancing the flavors. Our hearing gives us the correct timing and correct texture when beating. Our touch is almost needed for everything. We need to make sure the texture is right without getting it too light or too dense. We need to get the beating right and even get the needed temperature right. Now, let's talk about the baking rules. Rule number 1. Calm mindset. A calm mindset is the key factor for all our activities. So, it's similar in baking and cooking as well. If we are restless or if we have too many things going on in our mind, we definitely won't be able to focus on what we need to do. So, similarly, it is needed factor that our mind is calm as well as our surrounding is calm without any distractions or disturbances. Rule number 2. Cleanliness. Cleanliness plays a big part in cooking and baking. It is essential to keep our cooking area neat and tidy at all times because it affects our life as well as the ones who live with you and the ones who eat your food. But on top of that, your personal cleanliness should be a priority at all times. Rule number 3. A perfect recipe. We need a good recipe that we can count on. Otherwise, it leads to frustration and mostly a waste of our precious time and money. However, experimenting and practicing is needed factor if you want to achieve the right goal. Trying out is good to understand what is right and best, but this should be done only when you are free. When you stick to a time schedule and you have to bake the best food or cook the best food, it's better to stick to a proven and done recipe that you are sure of. Rule number 4. Baking pans and trays based on our requirement. It's very important to select the correct tray size according to the weight of the batter. Otherwise, we cannot expect the even baking or rising. Example, 6-inch pan is needed for a cake batter of 500 grams. Different cakes need different heights and areas, so we have to use the pans accordingly. You can bake a cake in any type of tray as per your requirement or with the trays you have. Example, aluminium tray, non-stick pans, Pyrex glass, stainless steel, etc. You can select the shape of the tray needed for your requirement and design of the cake. This should match to the design, occasion and the age group you are going to present your food to. Example, square, round, rectangle, oval, bunded pan, gel roll pan, etc. Line the trays with a baking paper or oil paper according to the need of the pan. Example, you should apply butter to the pan using a pastry brush and dust it with a little bit of flour if you are using non-stick pan or a Pyrex glass. If you are using an aluminium pan or a stainless steel pan, you should line it with baking papers or oil papers. Rule number 5. Selecting quality ingredients. If we expect a quality outcome of product, we should stick to quality ingredients as well. Sugar. It is recommended to use the packed granulated or caster sugar for baking. The extra moist in sugar ruins the cake or the baking product. Flour. All-purpose flour, self-raising flour, cake flour, whole wheat flour, etc., which are available in the market. You have to have the knowledge as to which flour is needed for the food you are going to produce. Also, too much moist in flour would ruin the product as well. Fats. Animal-based fat products and plant-based fat products are used for this. Butter, margarine, shortening, sunflower oil, vegetable oil, olive oil, etc. could be used as a fat component in baking. Eggs. There are few sizes of eggs commonly available: small, medium and large. According to their weight, they are categorized. Small 40 to 45 grams, medium 45 to 55 grams, large 55 to 65 grams. We could use them as per the size or the grams of the eggs according to what the recipe calls for. In many countries, both white and brown eggs are available, like in Sri Lanka. The difference is in the color of the yolk. The brown eggs have brighter yellow yolk than the white eggs. And furthermore, it's richer and tastier, hence it would make an impact in the taste of your final product. Raising agents. Baking powder, baking soda and yeast are the main chemical raising agents. The expiration date must be checked before using, and once used must be properly closed and stored. Essences. There are many brands of essences in the market. The vanilla essence comes as liquids, gels, pods. Even artificial vanilla flavor is available in light and dark colors. You have to be smart enough to select a good well-known brand. There are strawberry, pineapple, rose, almond, lime, coffee, chocolate essences available. However, You have to choose the essence which has a smell more closer to the natural aroma. And you must never use essences in spoonfuls at once, even if the recipe asks you to, because it would tarnish your whole product. This does not apply for vanilla essence. Coloring. There are edible dust colorings, gels, liquid, etc., which could be easily found in the market with various brand names. You could use your sensors to check which color suits best for your product and which colors go together. We should never add the color straight into the mixture without testing and measuring it, because it might not match with your expectations. Rule number 6. Make sure the ingredients are in the correct temperature and are not expired. The sugar, flour and eggs must not be cold. The margarine and the butter should have the right consistency according to the recipe. Example, if the recipe needs melted butter, we need to melt and leave it until it cools down. Normally, the beating consistency of butter or margarine is able to cut through a knife easily. Make sure that all the ingredients are not expired. Rule number 7. Utensils must be clean and water-free. It's needed factor that all the items you use are in a good and clean condition. When making food, hygiene must be maintained at any cost. Once we finish our task, the used utensils should be washed well, wiped and stored until next time, and the kitchen should be cleaned and kept neat and tidy. Rule number 8. All the needed items must be in one place before the start of the process. All the utensils and the ingredients should be kept in one place to make sure you won't waste time finding for the needed utensils or ingredients, since time affects the quality of the products. Rule number 9. Preheat the oven. Preheating the oven is needed to bake any kind of baked products. The oven should be preheated to the given temperature of the recipe. Moderate temperature is 180 degrees Celsius, 350 Fahrenheit. You should also be very well aware of the mixture you made and when you should put it to the oven. Example, once the cake batter is made, if we leave it out for too long until the oven reaches the right temperature, it would not produce a good quality cake. So once the mixture is made, it should go straight to the oven. Thank you for watching my first episode. I hope you learned something new. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook. If you have any doubts or questions, comment below. Stay tuned for my next episode to learn how to make a perfect butter cake.